Alright, welcome students. This is Ms. Medina and I'm going to explain the worksheet for you. If I go a little too fast, just make sure to rewind the video so that you can get the explanation. But I'm trying to keep the video under 20 minutes. So here we go. You need to decide whether this figure is a parallelogram or not. Remember, there's two requirements to be a parallelogram. Number one, you have to be a quadrilateral, which means you got to have four sides. And also both sets of sides have to be parallel. Okay, so when you look at this one, it's got four sides and also the opposite sides are parallel, so therefore yes, it's a parallelogram. This one has four sides, but only this one and this one are parallel. You know that these are congruent, but that doesn't help you. So no, because both sets of sides are not parallel. Is this one a parallelogram? And the answer to this one is no, because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. No, because it has too many sides. Or more than four sides. Right, we're going to use a diagram of this parallelogram MNOP, and we're going to complete each of the statements. And you have to remember your four theorems, okay? MN is congruent to which side? Well, MN is going to be, this color here, is going to be congruent to PO. Okay. Different color. MN is going to be parallel to PO as well. So it is congruent and it is parallel. Alright, ON is going to be congruent to PM. Alright, and angle MPO. This entire angle here is going to be congruent to this entire angle here. So they said MPO, so we're going to say ONM. So it's this one and this one. PQ is congruent to, PQ is this one. It's going to be congruent, so this is part of the diagonal, it's going to be congruent to this one. So we have PQ and Q. Okay. QM is going to be congruent to, where's QM? Okay, then a different color. I'm running out of colors, and I have a box of colors. QM is going to be congruent to this one. OQ. No, QM, QO. Angle MQN. MQN. Okay, so MQN is this one. So that one's going to be congruent to this one. Remember, vertical angles. Oh, we're supposed to be giving a reason. Alright, I'm going to go back and do this. I'm going to do this one. So MQN is congruent to OQP, because they're vertical angles. Alright, MN is congruent to PO, so opposite sides are congruent. MN is parallel to PO, opposite sides are parallel. ON is congruent to PM, opposite sides are congruent. angle MPO is congruent to angle ONM. Opposite angles are congruent. PQ is congruent to NQ. That's because diagonals bisect. QM is congruent to QO. Once again, diagonals bisect. I'm going to sharpen my pencil. Okay. Angle NPO. NPO. Alright, so here you go. You're going to learn something, guys. Use green here. NPO is going to be this angle right here. Do you really see what I'm highlighting green here? Okay. Well, this angle and this angle over here are alternate interior angles. Let me see. Can y'all see because of the shading? This one and this one are alternate interior angles. Let me prove it to you. These lines are parallel. This is a transversal. So therefore, this one and this one are alternate interior angles, which means that they are congruent. So NPO is congruent to PNM, angle PNM, and they are alternate interior, which are congruent. Alright, let's do it again. We have to find the measure, and we also have to explain the reasoning. So let me not forget that one, okay? So this one was just geometry. This one we're going to deal with numbers. HI. Okay? Use the markers. HI is this one, and opposite sides are congruent. So if this one is 16, this one is also 16. Opposite sides are congruent. 13. KH. KH is this one, and it is congruent to IJ. So if IJ is 10, this one is 10. Opposite sides are congruent. Alright, number 14, GH. GH is this one, and GH is part of a diagonal, and it's going to be congruent to GJ. So if this one is 8, this one is 8. And it's going to be diagonals bisect. HJ. Oh, okay, the whole thing, right? From here to here. So if this is 8 and this one is 8, then the whole thing is 16. And that one is going to be, what's that called? Segment addition postulate. KIH, measurement of KIH. IH. Alright, so we want to find this one. Right, and this one is going to be an alternate interior angle with this one. So if this one is 28, this one is also 28. This is going to be alternate interior angle. And those are congruent. The measurement of JIH. Alright, so now we want to get the whole thing, right? JIH is this whole angle. Now we only have the 28. Ah, but we can get it from here. You see how this whole thing is 84? Right, so then these angles are consecutive. That means they're supplementary. So we got to do 180 minus 84. And that is 96. So that means this whole angle is 96 degrees. So that means consecutive are supplementary. Consecutive angles are supplementary. The measurement of KJI. KJI JI. So this whole angle here. Well, this one and this one are opposite angles, so if this is 84, this one is 84. So opposite angles are congruent. The measurement of HKI. HKI. So then this one right here. This one is alternate interior with this one. So if we can figure this one out, we can figure out the angle. Now we know that the whole thing is 96, and we know this one right here is a 28. And I know you may not be able to see it, but it's a 28 because it's alternate interior with this one, okay? So what I would do is 96 minus 28, right? The whole thing is 96. I'm going to take away the 28, and that'll give me the unknown. And that one is going to be, that gives me a 68. So that means the question mark is 68. This one is 68 as well. And it's going to be alternate interior angles are congruent. Yay, we're making progress. Alright, this one right here. Opposite sides are congruent. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Color coding it. Opposite sides are congruent. So that means that 3x minus 7 equals 2x plus 9. Alright, so I'm going to subtract 2x. X minus 7 equals 9. I'm going to add 7. X equals 16. Alright, the next one. To solve the y, I'm going to use these. So that means opposite sides are congruent. Means 5y equals 2y plus 18. I'm going to subtract 2y. So I have 3y equals 18. Dividing both sides by 3. I get that y equals 6. Yay. Alright, number 21. You stay on your diagonal, right? Diagonals bisect each other. So that means that 12 equals 3x plus 6. These two pieces are congruent. Minus 6. 6 equals 3x. X equals 2. Green. Alright, those two pieces are congruent because diagonals bisect. So that means 2y plus 9 equals 27. Means y equals 9. Oh, that didn't go on camera. Sorry. 2y plus 9 equals 27. I subtracted 9, divided both sides by 2, and I got that y equals 9. Okay. Okay. We're going to find the value of each variable in the parallelogram. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see this, but alright, opposite sides are congruent, so that means A equals 15. Opposite angles are congruent, so that means this one is 135. I'm going to put the camera closer, okay? Okay. Opposite sides are congruent, so that means this one is 15. And this one is 135, the angle. If this is 90, then this one has to be 90 because 90 plus 90 is 180. Remember, consecutives have to be congruent. So what you're going to learn is that once one is 90, all of them are 90. So E is going to be 90 degrees, and opposite sides are congruent. So this side is 10. Okay. I think I erased these on your paper. Number 5. Number 5 has to do with opposite angles, and we know that opposite angles are congruent. So this one's going to be 82. These are consecutives, so you got to do 180 minus 82. You're going to get 98. So then this angle is 98 degrees. And opposite angles are congruent, so then this one is also 98 degrees. 6. Let's see. This one is 14, so then this one is 14. Okay. This one is 16, so then this one is 16. You know, when you need markers, you can never find one. Can y'all see yellow? Yeah. This one is 9, so then this one is also 9. And let's see how purple comes out. This one and this one are congruent. So if this one is 12, then this one is also 12. Okay. Sorry about the camera. I'm just trying to make sure that it shows up big enough on your phone. Okay. Number 7. Alright, what you need to remember here is that opposite sides are congruent. So we're going to need paper for this. So that means that 2y plus 3 equals y plus 9. And then so we're going to solve this. I would do minus y. That cancels. This is y plus 3 equals 9. Subtracting 3, you get that y equals 6. Okay, and then for this one, this angle and this angle are consecutives, and consecutive angles are supplementary. So that means that 4x plus 2x, right, equals 180. What is that, 30? Alright, this one. Just looking for my pink marker. This side and this side are congruent, right? Because opposite sides are congruent. So that means that 4y plus 5 equals 2y plus 21. So now we're going to solve. I'm subtracting 2y. Subtracting 5. Oops, sorry. Sorry that you can't see. Divided by 2, y equals 8. Okay. Okay. And then this angle and this angle are opposite angles. and opposite angles are congruent, so 3x minus 9 equals 2x plus 31. And try to stay on camera, okay? So I subtract 2x and I get that x minus 9 equals 31. I'm going to add 9. X equals 40. Okay, we have one more to do. Okay, so when I look at this one, I see this side, and those are opposite sides. And we know that opposite sides are congruent. So 6y plus 10 equals 7y plus 1. Subtracting 6y, 10 equals y plus 1. Subtracting 1, 9 equals y, or y equals 9. Alright, the next one is this diagonal right here. And we know the diagonals bisect each other. I almost feel like I'm saying that Diagon Alley when I say diagonals. So these two are congruent, so we got 3x equals 2x plus 10. Oh, that was easy. X equals 10. Alright, your assignment is going to be to, number 1, go over this again, make sure that you know it, and then complete the last page. Alright, sorry, moving the camera. There, almost done. So your job is to complete this. Okay. Alright, this is your homework. Once you complete this page, go ahead and turn it in so you can get credit for that assignment.